Of all the werewolves we've seen adapted to the live-action screen, none are as brutal, as vicious, as badass as this. I've seen it all when it comes to werewolves. And I'm a big fan of this species of character. Anything from the Wolfman design, to the more human-esque werewolves in Teen Wolf, to the large dogs in Twilight. By the way, Jacob is a PDF file. I don't care what anyone says. I'm gonna make a whole video exposing him as a fraud. The Van Helsing werewolves, which are peak. I've always said to myself, werewolves are superior to vampires. A werewolf done right, a werewolf movie done right is way cooler. These are way cooler beings, and I'm a big vampire fan. I'm a fan of Underworld. I'm a fan of Vampire Diaries, originals. I ain't afraid to admit it. I think vampires are badass. I'm a Dracula guy. But werewolves are cooler to me. And this is proof. If you really want to see who's superior, who's cooler in terms of aura, just watch Van Helsing. The lord of all vampires goes up against an angelic werewolf and gets his ass handed to him. Watch that to see. But the issue is, werewolves are never shown to their true potential in Hollywood because Hollywood doesn't know how to make werewolf movies properly. I haven't seen a great werewolf movie that I've been hyped about, pumped up by, since Dog Soldiers and the first Ginger Snaps, and maybe a handful of others, and aspects of the 2010 Wolfman movie, which are great. Even though this movie has problems, it's a masterpiece compared to the 2025 remake Wolfman atrocity, Sin. I always ask myself, why can't Hollywood make werewolf movies great? I think it comes down to arrogance and laziness. And look no further than the director of Wolves in 2014. You see, there was a movie called Wolves with Jason Momoa in it about werewolves. And the director of this spent a weekend binging all the werewolf movies and hated his life because all of them were disastrous. Most of them were disastrous. There was only a few that he could look at and say, yeah, these are good. And he created this movie to stand out among the werewolf genre as a great werewolf movie. He wanted to be different. And what did we get? It ain't that great. Listen, I enjoy the Wolves movie for what it is because I'm a werewolf guy, but this movie's mediocre at best. It's not the pinnacle of werewolf fiction. And I like the movie. It has some aspects. The girl in it is really hot. I like Jason Momoa. I like seeing Jason Momoa fight other werewolves. It's cool. But I have to ask myself, man, when are we going to get a good werewolf movie again? I'm losing faith in Hollywood here. But then I witnessed Love, Death, and Robots. And I'm going to be real. Hollywood is shit. Because this showcases me not only one of the most badass werewolf storylines in 16 minutes, it really makes me ask, Hollywood, you have high-level producers, high-level productions, and you can't do this? Love, Death, and Robots is outclassing Hollywood in Lovecraftian entities, scary aliens. I swear, man, this show is doing something right. Do better, Hollywood. This is 16 minutes of werewolf greatness, okay? It's about a story deep in the bowels of Afghanistan with two soldiers, two partners, who basically brothers essentially, who are werewolves, and they are used by their military and their captains to fight off different enemies, right? One of them literally dodges a goddamn bullet. They use their powers in the middle of war, but they are also discriminated against. Bro, there's racism in here, straight up, bro. Everyone thinks these two are just walking mindless canines, the way they're treated. It's bad, but at least they have each other. There's some good camaraderie here, bro. They're lifting weights together. They're talking shit. They don't care. As long as they're together, they're cool. Werewolf brothers in arms. Only problem is the following night some shit goes down. They're not the only ones out here in this desert with powers of a werewolf. You see, a bunch of soldiers here start getting annihilated badly. And he finds his brother in arms killed, mutilated. And it doesn't look like a human did it. A human couldn't have possibly done this to his bro, who was a werewolf himself. So it's been made very clear there's an animal just like them out here on the enemy side. So he says fuck you to all of his captains who think he's just a mindless dog, and goes venturing out into the night himself, taking a stand against his own military to do this shit and avenge his brother. He goes out there like a Chad and finds the man who killed his brother, who's holding his bro's dog tags. And they both are about to throw down. And the ensuing werewolf transformations, these are werewolf transformations where they tear off their skin. Very similar to the Van Helsing werewolf transformation. I love this specific one. Look how brutal. He tears off his own face for this transformation. Now, this is how you do werewolves. Not, oh, I don't know what I want to be. I'm a half human, half werewolf. I don't know what I want to. No, none of this. None of this prepubescent wolf shit. This guy looks like his balls haven't dropped yet. No. We need chads. Now, this is not the most muscular werewolf we've ever seen. Van Helsing's are like the most jack werewolves ever, but this is a literal wolf man. This is what they look like, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the fight I'm about to show you, when they're about to throw down, is vicious, brutal, fast, realistic, awesome. You see this guy, our main character, he's about to throw down with the enemy who just killed his brother. But it turns out this is a 2v1 because another werewolf who looks like the son of the enemy werewolf pounces at him. And this is one of the best fight scenes of all time because they're scratching at each other, clawing at each other, fighting like animals would. He gets ambushed, goes on top, full mount, neon belly, slashes, I can't show because YouTube will demonetize me, slashes the dude's face, slashes his eyeball, comes out with one slash. We're 10 seconds into the fight and this is what's happened. This is realistic. If two animals fight, this isn't like, oh, we're punching you into a building and then you're punching me into 5 buildings and none of us are taking damage, or Deadpool who heals instantly. No. They heal in hours. They're getting their faces torn off right now, okay? He gets thrown onto the ground. The guy's about to tear his face off clean. He grabs a rock, bashes his face in. All right, now, and he hasn't even fully transformed yet, the main character. Now he starts to fully transform in his true Chad alpha form. Now, you would think, okay, now he's transformed. Now he's going to go full Goku. No. Him fully transforming doesn't magically mean he's going to be a god now. No. He's still going to get his ass whipped a little. Both of them come at him now. And he does well. The only problem is he gets his arm nearly ripped off. One of the werewolves bites onto it and tears the bicep off clean. You can see it. And he's this would be a finisher on anyone. Because his back is to them now. They could kill him easily. He falls over, passes out almost, or so they think. And then the younger, more inexperienced werewolf runs at him. And the older one says, no, don't do it. And it was a freaking trap. This guy's a war veteran. He knows how to do this dirty shit all day long. He's like, come here, bitch. Grabs him. Takes him down, neon belly once again. Bites into his jugular. Tears his throat out clean. Of course, I can't show because YouTube will demonetize me because they don't like fun. He does that shit. And that was the son of the other werewolf, the main villain werewolf. And that dude's pissed now. So he jumps on our guy. They go toppling down a hill. He gets on top of him, starts slashing into his damn wounds. It's brutal. And this fight only lasts 2 minutes, like not even. That's how you know this is a realistic fight. Most street fights aren't going to be this John Wick extended 2-hour fight. No. They're ending sooner rather than later. My guy grabs a hold of him, reverses position, full mount. Snaps his arm like a twig. This is some like Charles Oliveira jiu-jitsu grappling he's doing right now. Gets on top of him, full mount. What does he do? Takes the dude's snout, opens his mouth, clobbers onto it, devours more of the face until he gets to the full head, crunches it, and crushes the skull. Almost tore that shit off. Yeah, you ain't getting much more brutal than this. And then he walks off to bury his brother like a Chad. That's it! Just gives a final look to the military, a final fuck you, and leaves with his brother. That's it, Hollywood. No convoluted plot about, oh, the lore of werewolves, which you could dive into, don't worry, if you're making a full-length movie about this. No, oh, multiple annoying-ass characters, none of that. No pretentious, oh, we're trying to be a different werewolf movie. We're trying to be a different werewolf design. None of that crap, Hollywood. This is how simple you do it. This is Love, Death, and Robots schooled you on how to make a werewolf movie. That's embarrassing. These are a series of shorts. And they're animated too, so Hollywood, you love using CGI everywhere. This was a CGI fight. Just do this. Do it the exact same way, exact same level of brutality. I don't want to see no PG-13 shit out here. We're competing with vampires, for God's sakes. Vampires would shit themselves if they saw a fight like this. Vampires don't know what this kind of stuff is. They don't know how to get dirty like this, biting each other's face off, ripping arms, clawing eyes. Vampires keep it clean up in their mansions, their elitist mansions, looking down at you from their high horses. Clean little privileged assholes. Fuck them. Unless they're the vampires from 30 Days of Night. In which case, those are terrifying too. But still, these are real animals. That's how you make a werewolf movie. Take this plot. A soldier wolf versus another soldier wolf out in the middle of the desert. Arnold versus Predator style. That's how easy it is, y'all. That's how easy it is. That's all you need. You don't need to go crazy with it. And then you can expand on the lore a little bit in a full-length film. That's it. Done. Those are my thoughts on that. If you want to know what the greatest werewolf movie of all time is, that Hollywood swept under the rug, and that when I Google it, it doesn't even come up in the top 5 best werewolf movies ever, watch this video on Dog Soldiers over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.